Good morning. I am Henry Irabo, a master's degree student of international and intercultural education at the Florida International University in Miami in the United States of America. I am here to present a critique of the article Causes of the Niger Delta Region Conflict as expressed by the youth in Delta State. The article is a eight-page paper published in March 2010 by the Social and Behavioral Sciences Journal, written by Johnson Osagie, Akimbelu Fumilayo, Adongoke Fred, and Ezine Samuel. My choice of selecting the article was inspired by the topic, the fact that many writers I have come across within the scholarship of education, law, conflict, and peace studies, and also international relations have not been able to precisely present the causes of the Niger Delta conflict using a quantitative methodology which this article employs, and the article captures the primary actors in the Niger Delta conflict, which are the youths. The context of which this research was written is within the irony of a rich region endowed with crude oil and gas, but characterized by poverty, underdevelopment, unemployment, restiveness, ethnic conflict, behaviors that are tantamount to peace and development. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic, multicultural, and multilingual country, which ordinarily has resulted to the practice of federalism, but the practice of federalism as we have it in the United States of America has not been adhered to, hence causing a lot of problems in resource management by the sub-regions who are endowed with one or two natural resources. The findings of the research include those and others that have been previously said before, that the deprivation of the indigenes of the dividends of oil proceeds, which is under economic factors, accounted for the greatest cause of conflict, and closely followed it was political factor. The findings also reveal that religion and ethnicity have a great influence on the conflict, as expressed by the youth of Delta State. Hence, the need for government, religious bodies, councillors, and governmental organizations to promote and exhibit values that can serve as melting point of diversity, culture, beliefs, and ideologies in the country that will bring permanent and perpetual peace in the region has become imperative. The primary cause of the conflict in the Niger Delta region, as expressed by the youth in Delta State, is the Land Use Act of 1978, which this article failed to capture. This act give the authority and power to the government, the state government, to have the final say on any land within the four walls of Nigeria. Another act that militates the conflict, that this, as part of a critique to the paper, which this paper did not capture, was the Petroleum Act of 1968. This act gives the federal government of Nigeria to be the sole controller and the owner of any resources captured or discovered within the sea, under the sea, in the land, buried in the land, even in the air, as the primary institution to have say, even if these resources are discovered in indigenous land or private individuals' land. These two acts automatically give the federal government the total control to decide what happens to those resources. One of the major factors today, because the Niger Delta conflict, of which this article did not capture, and this is one of the critique I have factioned at as I have gone through this article. The method seems erroneous to solely use youth observation as a judgment for the causes of the conflict. This article, in one way, failed to look at the Niger Delta region from more holistic point of view, considering that the region is a region that has over 8 states, and the highest local government, a state that has a local government, is Edo State, which has 18 local government, and Bayelsa State, which has 8 local government. But the article just used 4 local government in Delta State as a presentation, population presentation, to judge the opinions as a result that fashion out the causes of conflict in the Niger Delta region. The Niger Delta region is a resource region that is grouped based on resources. It has Abia, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Imo, and Ondo State as the state making up the sub-region based on resource endowment. If one considers the method used to obtain the data to be subtable, then it can be determined that the researchers' conclusions were appreciated if the appreciate methodology was used, because I do not fully agree with some of the data collection and analysis made use. I cannot completely agree with the conclusion of the study. Perhaps if more information was provided regarding what the method entails, I might be more apt to agree with the conclusion. In doing a similar work, I would change the direction of identifying the causes of the Niger Delta conflict, tracing it to the Nigerian Constitution, the Land Use Act of 1978, making all lands in Nigeria belong to the state, and the Petroleum Act too, which means that the federal government of Nigeria has control of any resources discovered in the water, in the land, in the air, and these acts have been reaffirmed and enshrined in the 1999 Constitution as amended, which is the current constitution the Nigeria state operates upon. I would make sure that my sample population is well presented by distributing my questionnaires among 4 or 5 states, local government area in the region, meaning that instead of distributing my questionnaire just within 4 local government in Delta State, I will distribute it among states, maybe taking 1 local government in each state of the Niger Delta to get my sample population, so that to have a little bit of presentation. This article actually failed in that area, but this is like a recommendation based on the reading. I would address the issue of the practice of Nigerian federalism as juxtaposed with that of the United States, where the sub-state control and manage their resources and pay some percentage to the federal government of the United States of America. I would address the issue of corruption on a general note amongst government officials and institutions, most especially the Nigerian judiciary, that has made the Niger Delta region helpless, even when they seek for justice in addressing their situation of oppression, intimidation, and underdevelopment, which have really militated a revolution for a better country and causing the rise of militancy and other social vices within the region. These are the things I will actually fashion art I will address, which this article did not address so far. Thank you very much. I hope that we have a great outcome in the end doing this course, research methodology. Thank you very much. Bye.